Sigmund Freud was born on May 26 in 1856, and he died September 23rd, 1939. His background is that he was born in Freiburg, Moravia in the Austrian Empire, and he died in London, England. He went to the University of Vienna, and he was a founder of psychoanalysis and was a heavy cigar smoker his whole life and had more than 30 surgeries to treat mouth cancer. He has a psychoanalytic theory, which has a three basic drives: sexual drive, survival instincts, and drive for destructiveness. There's also the psychodynamic perceptives on personality. He develops through a series of stages, each characterized by a certain internal psychological conflict. And the three stages are ID, superego, and ego. Principles of psychodynamic perceptives on personality. The ID, the first one, is the most primitive of three structures: instant gratification of basic physical needs and urges. The superego, concerned with social rules and morals. It develops as the child learns what their culture considers right and wrong. The ego, rational, pragmatic part of our personality. Freud considered it to be the self. Balance the demands of the ID and superego in the practical context of reality. This is a chart that gives examples on what on each section is. ID, I want to do that now. Superego, it's not right to do that. And ego, maybe we can compromise. And this picture shows how the ego is made during a conscious state, and superego and ID is in the unconscious state. The impact on learning and child development. Educational process is meant to encourage a child to accept and perpetuate the very best in existing society. Psychoanalysis is meant to enable the individual to fight free of much that society has imposed. The model of how to uncover and free the unconsciousness and the ID. Freud traced development in respect of thoughts and feelings, and that's how children undergo changes as the child grows biologically, as well as experiences through the three structures. In this video is a clip of talking about psychoanalytic theory. Did I play the clip? I guess so.
Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Dr. Sigmund Freud. I'm in the original European inner world master's psychoanalysis home office, sitting in a reclining chair where Dr. Sigmund Freud analyzed patients from between 1891 and 1938. A psychoanalyst's couch, like the one Freud's patients lay on in search of relief from inner world turmoil, is stretched out in front of me. I'm writing step 4 to you from Vienna, Austria. Imagine how the Victorian era Viennese public must have reacted when Dr. Freud first introduced the idea to the world that our behaviors are driven by all sorts of things that occurred in our past, and which are often not at all conscious to us in the present. Over 100 years ago, that culture-rattling insight changed the course of history. Foremost, because it changed the way we understand how our self develops. Dr. Freud recognized that we're each exposed to formative experiences and insights, and that although we may have forgotten those important events, they are continuing to inform the moment-to-moment recreation of ourself, and so how we feel and express ourselves each moment today. Dr. Freud taught us that many of the experiences that influence how our self is produced today occurred before we were able to form lasting conscious memories at all. Although all of our life's experiences cannot necessarily be brought into our conscious awareness as memories today, Dr. Freud saw that they often left a lasting impact on how we behave and what automatic emotions we experience throughout life. Unconscious experiences derived from early life events influence your habits, choices, and behaviors throughout your life. Your unconscious history form the iterations of yourself that rise off your bridge of translation today. Dr. Freud observed that moments of challenge or trauma often continue to grow within and emerged in a morphed form as emotions and behaviors later in life. He saw that some seeds planted flower over time, while other seeds grow and decay. Either way, unconsciously planted seeds often morph into new aspects of your life by changing the moment-to-moment contents automatically occurring in your inner dialogue, and so becoming the different versions of yourself each moment.
Sigmund Freud was the founder of psychoanalytic theories of sexual development. He believed people...
In conclusion, Sigmund Freud was the founder of psychoanalysis, and he created the psychoanalytic theory and psychodynamic perspectives on personality theory. And they both are about the personality traits that everyone has. His theories help teachers in the classroom by thinking about the changes that children go through biologically. And these are my references.